This tutorial will cover the first step of creating volunteer activities with a nonprofit Easy, as well as how to edit and delete them from the system. Volunteer activities are the general categories that describe the work your volunteers will be performing for your organization. Within activities, you can specify the venues, positions, shifts, and even the skills used by your volunteers while performing the activities. Venues are the physical location at which your volunteers will be working and will allow you to specify the street address at which the venue is located. Positions are the different roles that can be assigned within the volunteer activity to your volunteers. Shifts are the heart of volunteer scheduling and allow you to designate when, where, and how long volunteers will be scheduled for. Start by mousing over the Volunteer Management menu header and click on Volunteer Management. This will bring you to the Volunteer Activities screen from which you can see currently configured activities and add additional ones. To edit a currently configured activity, mouse over the activity you wish to edit and click on the Edit button that appears. To delete an activity not currently in use, click on the Delete button just to the right of the Edit button. To add a new activity, click on the Add button in the upper right side of the screen. This will open the Manage Volunteer Activity screen. When designating the name of the volunteer activity in the Volunteer Activity field, be sure to use a name that accurately describes the activity. If your activity is linked to a particular program or campaign, you can designate which program or campaign in the Program Campaign dropdown. If the activity is linked to a specific event, the Event Name dropdown will allow you to designate which event to which the activity is linked. If the activity is to have an overall limit to the number of volunteers that can be assigned to the activity, the Max Volunteer field allows you to specify this information. Hourly value is used to record if the hours of volunteer service provided would have an equivalent value if it were a paid position. If your activity required that your volunteers go through an approval process, such as background or skill checks, check the box for Approval Required for Volunteer Application. If your activity will not be utilizing volunteer positions and shifts, you may mark it as an ongoing activity. Once set, this cannot be changed, but it will configure the activity so that positions and shifts are not required to be configured in order to add volunteers to the activity. If you elect to make the activity ongoing, you'll be asked to specify the date range in which the activity is available. The Publish Now and Publish On field allows you to display the volunteer activity on your website, assuming you have elected for integration of the volunteer module into your site. Volunteer Activity Description allows you to configure how the activity will be displayed on your public site. At this point, you may click Save to add the activity to the system. If this activity was designated as ongoing, you are now ready to use the activity to assign volunteers and record their hours. If this activity was not set as ongoing, please view the next tutorial on adding, editing, and deleting venues from volunteer activities.